Hi, I'm Dr. Francesca Zampollo, and this is a food design article review. And today I have not one but 3 articles, because I want to make a point, and the point is called food psychology. But before we start, I want to tell you about Food Design 101, my free email course with lessons delivered directly to your inbox, where I tell you exactly what food design is and I give you the skills and resources to kickstart your career as a food designer, or to implement a food design approach to your business. Or if you're already a food designer, I give you new and different perspectives to freshen up your design approach. Click on this link, which will take you to this free email course. Food psychology is a term coined by Professor Brian Wansink, one of the most accomplished academic ever and a brilliant researcher. I met Professor Wansink in 2009 when I visited his food and brand lab at Cornell University for 6 months. We have conducted a few studies together and published a few. Food psychology is a discipline that answers the questions: why do we eat as much as we eat? Why do we eat what we eat? And why do we eat how we eat? It looks at the relationship between humans and food from a psychological, sometimes sociological perspective. It looks at how humans behave around food, think about food, sometimes don't think about food, looking at all the unconscious things we do and we are not aware of. Which means that this discipline is a great resource for food designers. I think that food designers should not only be aware that this discipline exists, but use its findings in every food design process. As you know, at the beginning of the design process, you start looking around. You need to understand what your context is and who your target user is. And you look around by searching for existing information before gathering your own. Well, I am confident saying that whatever your food design project is about, there are information within food psychology that you will find useful in your design process. Having said that, I want to give you 3 examples from 3 of my favorite articles published by Professor Wansink, just to give you a taste of how little we know about ourselves when it comes to food, and therefore how many wrong assumptions a food designer can make. And as you know, assumptions are a designer's worst enemy. Okay, article number 1. In this study, Professor Wansink went into a faculty cafeteria and changed the name of the dishes on the menu. For 6 weeks, 2 items had the regular name and 2 items had new names, a descriptive label, as he puts it. The new names went from grilled chicken to tender grilled chicken, from seafood fillet to succulent Italian seafood fillet. They let people choose their food, and at the end of the meal, they gave them a questionnaire. What did they learn? First of all, more people chose the item with the fancy name. No surprise there. Then the results show that the item with the descriptive label, the fancy name, were considered as having higher quality and higher value. They improved the attitude towards the entire establishment and changed people's purchase intention, saying they would choose it again. What is also great about this article is that at the end there is an appendix that gives suggestions on how to improve the names of food on menus. So food designers, take notes. Use geographic labels which refer to the place where the flavor comes from. Southwestern Tex-Mex salad, country peach tart. Use nostalgia labels, alluding to past times as to trigger happy memories of family, tradition, and nationalism. Nana's favorite chicken soup. Legendary chocolate mousse pie. Use sensory labels that accurately describe the taste, smell, mouthfeel of the menu item. Hearty, wholesome steak, snappy seasonal carrots. Use brand labels that involve a cross-promotion with a related brand that has an important association. Jack Daniel's BBQ ribs or Butterfingers Blizzard. Article number 2. This is a huge literature review article in which Professor Wansink identifies the aspects that influence consumption, which are consumption norms, consumption monitoring accuracy, the eating environment, and the food environment. The eating environment includes eating atmospheric, which includes comfort and distribution, consumption volume, ambient odors, duration of the meal, noise and music and lighting. Just with regards to lighting, for example, we know that harsh and bright illumination decreases how long people stay in a restaurant, whereas soft and warm lighting makes people stay longer and maybe even have a dessert. Eating effort, which is the strongest influence on consumption, and which we can summarize in increased effort, decreased consumption. The more difficult it is to eat this thing, the less I'm gonna eat. Eating with others. It has been found that socializing influences meal duration and consumption norms. Eating distractions. The article explains how distractions can initiate, obscure, or extend consumption. Whereas the food environment, as he calls it, includes salience of food. Simply seeing or smelling a food can stimulate unplanned consumption. I'm not hungry, but I see that and I'm gonna eat it. Structure and variety. More variety available, more consumption. The thing here is that we also enjoy more variety, and designers usually are after enjoyment. So you see there is a fine line that you, food designer, have to walk between giving people enjoyment and giving them unhealthy scenarios. Size of food packaging and portions. The bigger the food packaging, the more we eat. Stockpiling of food. The more food you have available in your cupboard, the more you're going to eat. Shape of food plates, glasses, and bowls. Again, the bigger the plate, the more we're going to eat. This is a huge article that is impossible to summarize. If you had to read only one article on food psychology ever, I would suggest you to read this one. And if you're that interested in learning more, it leads you to 151 more articles that are cited in the text. Finally, article number 3. I kept the best for last. Professor Wonsing asked himself, what would happen if I gave people food when they were not hungry and food that wasn't good? So he set the experiment in a movie theater. And to people who had dinner before going to the movie theater, he gave big buckets of popcorn. 5 days old stale popcorn. When people eat popcorn, they go eat, eat, and eat. When people eat stale popcorn, they eat, they make a face, and they put it down. 3 minutes later, they go, hey, popcorn, and they eat again. And so on and so forth. At the end of the movie, they ate 25% more popcorn, proving that people have no idea of how much they eat. Okay, so this was just a hint of food psychology for you, a little sprinkle of information. As a food designer, you must be aware of the behavioral and psychological aspects of people around food. I hope this has inspired you to make this prolific discipline one of the sources of information for future research in every food design project. So, I food design. Do you? Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Click here for more videos, click here to subscribe to this channel and never miss another video on food design. And if you're really interested in food design, check out the online School of Food Design. Thank you for watching, have a lovely day and happy food design!